say, fuck it,
why
let's
the
do it
beginning
anyway.
of why the beginning of Old School is so amazing, and like what word brings it to the forefront. But I know why I get excited when I'm about to watch
We
a
still
war
talking about
movie.
Miles Teller's mustache? Oh,
We
I get
have moved
excited.
past that.
Oh.
Moved past that. Let's talk about war movies and why. I think we all might have different reasons for why we like them. I think it's fairly obvious the choices I made earlier and talked about is like I like the deeper examination of humanity in my war films. I find those to be very fulfilling in what I'm looking for as far as like artsy cinema. Chris, the whole like pinky up cinema. Like
Hoity-toity, pinkies up, yeah.
to me, I think it works. But what
As
about
he
you
drinks
guys?
from his
What do you
giant
guys look
water
for?
bottle.
Look for
Well,
in war film?
I'll go first if you don't mind, Chris. So in war movies, so like I have two trains of thought in war movies. Either I want like a deep introspective, like you just said, about like how war is awful and war can be the thing that brings people together. And then from the other side of it, I'm like the hell yeah, brother, let's fucking go. Because like sometimes that's incredible, right? Like you get some scenes in war movies that are like this, even in Warfare for a minute, where like they're throwing lead down range, like they are, or when the Bradley pulls up and just shells that house, you're like, good, fuck them, you know what I mean? Like that felt
Good.
like vindicating, right? Like that's how I look at war movies, because like obviously you get a lot better quality movies when like you have interesting characters and the way people make sacrifices. Sometimes you just like think about The Northman for a minute, a movie that I would also consider a war movie. Like at one point they're just shredding people, and that's pretty badass, honestly. Like look, it's brutal, it's graphic, and a little bit over the top, but it fits that movie type, and it's awesome because of it. And that movie ends with two dudes fighting nude in the bottom of a volcano, as all fights should end. So like that's how you decide who gets the lead.
Yeah.
That's
As the good Lord intended.
That's the new presidential debate. Fight me nude in the bottom of a volcano.
Axes and swords, baby.
That's it. You choose. Like John Wick, where you get to pick your duel.
Yep.
You flip cards.
Well, like so, you said something that I think I'd rather expand upon more when we talk about warfare, because it definitely leads into it. But you talked about throwing like lead down range, and I think when I'm going to watch a war film, the things that I'm there for, that I know I'm there for, are those moments.
Okay,
sure. The kind of like the fuck yeah moments.
The spectacle moments.
Yeah, and it's like spectacle moments, or just I talked about I talked about Extraction. Like when there is an ideal of the way that the American military operates that is just on a different level than other militaries, which is
every other military.
Every other military, which is what sets us apart in that sense from the rest of the world. That there is a brutal efficiency to the way that American military branches operate, but there's also this sense of the number one priority is always our own soldiers. The number one priority that is right next to that is always the like innocent people around them. It's always a part of the plan, to the point to where it's not even like thought about. It is second nature to every decision that's made. It's everyone makes it out. Every person goes. Everything comes home, no matter what. It doesn't like it's that part of it, and those moments on top and like mixed in with those hell yeah brother moments. That's what I think I'm there for whenever I go to watch a war film, because of like that's the thing that really does set the USA apart, and those are very interesting to experience on screen and see how they're depicted. Again, the parts in this where those things were happening, in light of everything else going on in the movie that we're about to talk about, those moments, it was hard to not like to get a grin and go fuck yeah. And like that's the feeling that you don't really get with other films very often. You get those. I get those a lot with U.S. military, style movies, wartime movies. So that's why I'm there.
I forgot one major war movie we should have talked about: Independence Day.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, it's got one of the greatest presidential speeches
It
One of the
does.
best presidential speeches in the history. Like, Bill, we will not go quietly into the night. Like, it's
Yep.
very effective.
You can say that speech in any major war or battle, and it makes sense.
It
You know what I
does.
mean? Like it just
Yeah.
fits. What about you, Grayson?
What about me? What?
What are you there for?
Oh,
Like, when you go to
right.
watch?
I was going on like, am I talking more about Independence Day?
Yes,
what am I
go
going
ahead.
there for?
Let's do it.
So exactly what here's the thing. Like, Warfare almost took us there, and I want to like transition to Warfare here soon. Is Warfare almost took us there? I know we talked about during the trailer of our reactions to the Warfare trailer because we really didn't get a lot during that trailer, and now I understand why.
Oh yeah, because it's
I was-
95 minutes and it's perfect.
I was looking for. I mean, Warfare is kind of like a play in that fact of like
Mhm.
it's got one like you could literally do this on the stage, and it would be a
That
little
poor
different,
audience is
but
going to
you
get
could
blown
do it.
up.
But I look for a deeper introspection in what it means to lead versus what it means to follow orders, stuff like that. And I know in a modern military shooter like this one, I was going to get that, and we did get a lot of it by orders being given, and hey, no, you follow orders and you don't question it. I need you to go out there and come back, like pure and simple. That's one of the sequences is same thing like Black Hawk Down is like I like the run and gun because I like Chris said, I like the formation. I like the U.S. military. It's efficient. And when movies get that right and directors understand how effective that can be, part of the reason I like, a lot of people give me shit for Battle of Los Angeles is like, I love that. That's just a personal choice, but like, I love that movie, but like, it's got a lot of that technical jargon in it that I think really enhances that movie along with the emotion, stuff like that. But also what a movie like Hurt Locker is missing is stuff that we saw in Warfare. And the stuff we got in Warfare, I'd wish we got more of in something like Civil War. We didn't talk about that. That was a big movie last year.
Different
like,
type of movie though.
Very
Yeah.
different, but still, I would, war film of some
Made by the same guy.
Yeah.
A24, Alex Garland,
And Alex
written by-
Garland.
yeah.
Yep.
Like,
Alex Garland can make a good war movie, is what I understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess when I'm going into this, I was expecting a little more than what we got. I guess now the trailer makes sense. Is they were stuck in one location, and now I understand why we got the information that we did, and they didn't go overload with the trailers and which they could have because they're trying to get that. They're trying to attract that 18 to 35 male audience, of course, and it's. I got what I saw this in a very, very good IMAX theater. So like those show of force where the plane flies over, let me tell you, boy, dude, my watch went off like a no less than like 17 times. Of like, the noises seem very loud where you are, and like when the tanks opened up when they just boom, 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 like you could literally feel it in my auditorium at the AMC City Walk. Oh my
shit!
goodness.
I could do that at a marquee.
Awesome. It's, I liked how it ended too. I don't want to like give away anything, but I also kind of really dug how it ended too.
Why don't you just roll? Let's just roll right into Warfare.
Yeah, because it sounds like we're talking about
yeah,
Warfare.
Let's just talk about Warfare. Let's
which is
get it
fine
going.
because I'm ready to.
It's time, and this movie fucking whips ass.
All right, well, let's talk about Warfare. The movie
Talk
that
about Warfare.
we've been really excited about this for several weeks.